Red Rose Radio.
Very nearly news time, so if you want to join us on the phone in, you'll have to wait till after the 1 o'clock news, and no doubt IRN will be drivelling on about the weather again. They got pig all else to do at this time of night. Anyway, if you want to join us, the number's Preston 56 1000. Amazing what you can get for £1,000 a week.
The 1 o'clock news, this is Steve Allen. 3 minutes.
Ring him if you dare.
Allan Beswick, the late night show.
And the telephone number is Preston 56 1000. Just after 3 minutes past 1, we're into the final hour.
In the Northwest, you know what's best. Red Rose Radio.
How do, Joyce?
Hello, Alan.
Hello.
Hello. I would like to talk about the Freemasons.
Okay.
Well, I was thinking, I don't know about the religious aspect of it, right? But my boss was a Freemason, and he used to sort of show me the blue sash and the gold emblem and the cushion, and I think he had a photograph with a flat cap on. Okay?
Well, if you say so, yes.
Yeah. And, actually, he was a sub-postmaster, actually. And I worked there for 7 odd years. And I was getting pittance pay from 9 till 8 o'clock at night. And I just can't understand this, different sort of religion that's going on now. It's just come to light to me.
I'm not really clear what you're saying. Freemasonry isn't a religion.
Well, they're saying something about a different God or something like that
No.
on your program.
The Church of England, the Anglican Church, have published a report
Yes.
which basically says that in their view, in the view of the people making the report, it is incompatible for a Christian to be a member of the Freemasons or an Anglican to be a member of the Freemasons. That's all.
Yes. Well, actually, after I worked all those years, which I did everything in the post office, sorting the mail, stamping it, and then going behind the counter, etc. And when I got married and I had my first child, I went to claim whatever you're supposed to claim so many weeks before and so many weeks after, and I was told that I didn't have sufficient amount of stamps on my card.
Well, you may well not have done. I don't know that that's got anything to do with Freemasonry. Indeed, I know
No,
that
but I was like a sort of a slave labour.
slave labourers don't get paid. Joyce, you're attempting to suggest that this man was a Freemason and therefore should not have behaved like any other businessman.
Oh, no, I'm
Then what
just...
point are you making? Because at the moment you've not made any realistic point.
Well, I just can't understand with the Freemasons why he sort of treated me in such a state,
Well, being a Freemason doesn't stop you being whoever you are and whatever you are. If I join the rugby club, I don't change my modus operandi throughout the whole of my life. I'm just a rugby club member or a cricket club or a squash club member or a Freemason club member.
No, but I couldn't take my test in the post office because apparently I didn't know enough, but I knew everything. So I can't quite understand. I mean, this is many, many years ago. So...
Well, Joyce, it sounds like you had a damned awful boss, but the fact that he was a Freemason, to be honest, is not actually relevant. How do Claire?
Hello?
Yes.
Alan,
Yes.
can I ask you your opinion on nuclear weapons?
Won't be much point unless me tell me yours.
Well, I don't agree with them.
Why?
Will they kill people?
So do motor cars.
Motor cars don't kill people.
A lot of dead people as a result of motor cars.
Yeah, but nuclear weapons are more serious than that.
I would suggest to you that that is not the case. Indeed, a motor car will have killed somebody today, but a nuclear weapon didn't.
Yeah, but if a nuclear weapon was let off, well, it'd kill everybody.
Well, it wouldn't necessarily kill everybody, and the evidence of that, we have to go back only 45 years, when 2 of them were let off and didn't kill everybody. They killed 500,000 people, but they didn't kill everybody.
Yeah, but there's still people suffering from the effects now.
Yes, that is so. But there are still people dying every single day and being maimed every single day as a result of the misuse of the motor car.
Well, do you agree with nuclear weapons?
Well, you still haven't given us any reason why nuclear weapons should not exist. It's time you left, Claire. You obviously don't know what you're talking about. How do, Shirley?
How do, Alan? I bought a 3-piece suite, Alan, advertised in the Maxi Market about 5 weeks ago. I paid cash, and when I got the suite picked up and brought home and I examined it, it had all, you know, the underneath the sacking had gone off it and been drawn and pinned up. And when I phoned the woman up to refund me money because the suite wasn't worth it, 2 wheels was missing off it, she said there's nothing I could do about
Well, Claire, Shirley, when you bought the suite, did you buy it off a private individual?
Off a woman advertising it in the paper,
You see, it wasn't a shop or a business.
Oh, no, not a shop.
So you knew you were buying a second-hand suite?
Yeah, but in the paper it has advertised immaculate condition.
Yes. You knew you were buying a second-hand suite and you didn't examine it?
No, it was in a garage, you see.
Well, the reason you didn't examine it really doesn't matter. You didn't examine it.
No.
Why not?
Well, I didn't like because it was in the garage.
What do you mean you didn't like? You must be mad. How much did you pay for it?
£80.
Well, you send me 80 quid and I'll send you a load of rubbish as well, okay?
Okay.
Always examine things in future. How do, Peter?
Hello, Alan.
Yes.
I was wondering why you were Scottish.
How old are you?
17.
You're a liar.
I'm not.
What year were you born?
70.
Go on.
I was wondering why you were Scottish so much.
I don't.
Well, why on the radio?
I just told you I don't.
Why don't you?
Well, I don't know why I don't.
Well, you're a Scottish yourself, aren't you?
No,
I heard that you were born in Skin.
I wasn't.
It says in the paper you were.
I don't really care what it says in the paper.
Well, can I tell you a joke?
No. How do, Arthur?
Good evening, Alan.
Good evening.
I'd like to speak about what's recently been said about John Anderton.
Well, it rather depends on
James
which
Anderton
particular thing you mean.
Or whatever.
Oh, James Anderton, now we know what you're talking about.
I think he's in the wrong job.
Why?
Well, I think he should be a prophet.
Why should he be a prophet?
Well, wherever he's doing the job as he's doing, he's not doing it.
Well, if you mean he's not actually successfully operating as a chief constable of his district, I would put to you that he is.
I don't think he is.
Why not?
Well, I mean, if you come to our area, you'd find out that he wasn't doing his job.
Well, what is your area?
In the Greater Manchester area.
Well, the Greater Manchester area is as well policed as most other areas.
Not
Considerably better policed than some of the areas of London, some of the areas of Bristol.
Not in our area.
Are you suggesting that there are no-go areas in your district?
Well, in our area, I mean, if we ring up about a certain thing what goes wrong, I mean, if you...
What do you mean, a certain thing what goes wrong? We'll have to be rather more specific than that.
Break-ins, etc.
Yes.
If you have to wait above an hour for somebody to come, I think it's there's something considerably wrong.
Well, yes, but there's only one way that the police could resolve that, and that is by having more policemen. But that isn't the problem, or isn't the completely in the control of the chief constable. The chief constable is only given so much money. Now, if he's not given enough money, he can't have enough policemen.
Yeah, but I mean, it's up to him in his area. I mean, in certain aspects, the result of
Look, Arthur,
the attendance is much quicker.
in certain areas it is much quicker.
In
And
our area, area.
And in other areas it is a lot less quick. The truth is that the chief constable only has so much money, he can only employ so many policemen. He can't invent them out of thin air.
Yeah, but if you get onto the phone, I mean, I'm an householder, if I get onto the phone and say there's such a thing going wrong, and the police turn up about 3/4 or half an hour to 3/4 of an hour later on,
Yes.
the idiots have gone.
Yes.
And therefore, your phone
Then what are
calls-
you suggesting?
your phone calls
What are
are
you
wasted
suggesting? What are you suggesting should happen? That there should be 1,000 policemen sitting, waiting for a phone call from you?
Well, there should be somebody.
Well, the truth is that there
who's
is
on
some...
hand.
But who do you think should be on hand? A policeman, I presume.
Yeah, of course.
Now, how many do you think it would... How many do you think it would take?
Well, you were doing your duty.
How many do you think it would take? Do you not understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
You do. What am I saying? You tell me.
What I'm saying...
No, what am I saying?
What are you... You were saying that you'd want about 2,000 or 3,000 policemen in duty in this particular area.
In any particular area, in order to be able to respond to every single phone call immediately, would require a greater number of policemen. If what?
Somebody gets on the telephone...
Yes, we've understood the scenario. We have understood the scenario. What we're trying to establish now is how we can fundamentally improve what the police response time is. And the easiest and only way is by having more policemen. To have more policemen, you need more money to pay them. To have more money to pay them, you have to get the money off your local authority, your county authority. The county authority has constraints upon its revenue and its funds, and therefore cannot increase its police budget. So it isn't easy, and it certainly isn't the problem caused entirely by the chief constable.
The fundamental point is to get the response what you require.
Are you deaf? Can I ask you a question? Are you deaf?
I am not deaf.
Clearly you're not, because you answered the question. Let me ask you the next question then. Are you stupid? Are you telling me there is a way of getting the response time down without having more policemen? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Name it.
Is to put the things in perspective.
Oh, good. Do explain what you mean.
In the order of priority.
Order of priority.
The emergency.
I see. What are you suggesting then?
Anything what's emergency.
Well, you define emerging. Because let me tell you, if you had phoned up and said there's a man outside my house now firing a shotgun through my window, your response would have been less than half an hour. So they do actually prioritise. The problem is that your priorities can only relate to the number of people you've got. If you have, and I'm not suggesting they have, if you have one policeman, he goes out on the most important task that comes in at that moment. If you have two, the first one goes out on the most important, the second one goes out on the second most important. If you have 100, the first one goes out on the most important, and the 100th goes out on the 100th most important. So it still comes down to numbers. You can prioritise till you're blue in the face, but you can still only answer so many.
Yeah.
And to answer them all, you need more police. Whatever way you prioritise them, the implication of your statement is that they're going out on trivial matters and leaving important matters unanswered. Is that your suggestion? Is that your suggestion?
Yeah.
It is. You're suggesting...
There's a lot of trivial matters.
Name one.
There's a lot of trivial...
Name one!
I mean,
name one!
You can't name...
No, and get off then. How do, Mark? How do, Mark? Goodbye, Mark.
Rotters, the Northwest's only big night out. Every Friday and Saturday from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. Enjoy the time of your life with the best in music at Rotters. The best in hen party nights at Rotters, with 4 bars, 4 dance floors, and a better party night atmosphere. Check out Rotters, Oxford Street, Manchester, this Friday or Saturday. Rotters, fun galore, and a whole lot more. It's bigger, it's better, it's Rotters. Ring Manchester 236-4934. Manchester 236-4934. Rotters.
So there we were, browsing through the swimsuits when this gorgeous hunk came up to us.
He didn't.
He did. He said, "You look like the sort of girl who's just booked her holiday with National Travel World's late booking desk, saved a fortune and got herself a microwave for only £79. So I thought to myself...
You didn't.
I did. I thought, how did he know? Turns out he's only a plumber from Preston and was in the queue behind me at National Travel World. But he took advantage of 10% discount on any item over £100 at Centro.
He didn't.
He did.
If you want a last-minute bargain holiday plus a microwave for only £79, book before the 30th of June at National Travel World's late booking desk.
Please listen to my ditty. It may not be very witty, nor even slightly funny, but it will help save you money. For me, from cradle to grave, I aim to shop and save. I buy out I need, for next to nought indeed. There's meat and veg and cheese and pigs and booze and clothes and cars and sweets and pigs and pet food and household things. So shop and save a load down Blackpool's Waterloo Road, in the market they call new, and over road the M2. Thank you.
Poetry in prices, from the New Market and M2 Market.
It's the place to come, where shopping can be fun. The Newmarket Waterloo Road.
How do James? How do Margaret?
Hello, Alan.
Hello.
Did I understand earlier you to say to a caller that Freemasonry was not an occult group?
Yes.
Well, the word occult, as defined in the dictionary, I'll read it to you now, means secret, mysterious, hide from view, and esoteric knowledge. Which, to me, I think that is a fair description of Freemasonry, don't you?
Could be.
Is that a yes or a no?
It could be perceived in that way, yes.
Yes. So
it could be perceived in that way.
It could be.
Yes.
So do we call us a draw tonight?
No.
Oh, no.
We never have draws in this business.
Now and again you do.
You tell me what esoteric means.
Esoteric means secret for the initiated only.
Not generally intelligible, I would say. All right, if you like. It can in that way be described as an occult. However, the more frequent usage of that word, and I'm prepared to accept your semantics, but the more frequent usage of that word is something unsavoury, and that description of Freemasonry, unless it is supported by evidence, I'm not prepared to accept, but your definition will stand. You can have that one. All right?
Thank you, Alan.
In fact, we'll give you one of these for treat.
Beswick has been Beswicked.
Thank you, Alan.
Let's make it nice. How do James?
Leave it.
Hang on, mate. Hang on. We got a problem.
Brief it.
There, we've solved it. Sorry about that. How do James?
Good evening, Mr. Beswick.
Good evening.
Freemasonry. Well, the Freemasons were formed, first of all, to perpetuate the Merovingian line, and by doing that, to ensure the blood of Jesus Christ didn't die out.
The implication of that is that you somehow have the blood of Jesus Christ in all Masons. Are you suggesting he left an offspring?
Yes, I am suggesting that.
Oh, so you're telling me that Freemasons believe that Jesus Christ somewhere along the line had a baby?
Yes, not one, but probably several.
That's interesting.
He was married to Mary Magdalene, who was not the strumpet she was portrayed in the Bible, far from it.
So you're telling me that the teaching of Freemasonry is that the Bible lies?
The Bible does lie.
Go on.
The four Gospels lie.
Go on.
Mary Magdalene was first of all the sister of Lazarus, and Jesus Christ was married to her. If you read the Testaments properly.
But we can't trust the Testaments, they lie.
No. But
so it's no good quoting the Testaments, you've already discredited them.
But there's more than four, actually.
Go on. Are you telling me, when you said read the Testaments, you were referring to others than those contained in the generally published Bible?
I was referring to the four generally accepted ones, Matthew, Mark, Luke and John.
Well, there really isn't much point in me reading those, given that you've just discredited them by saying that they lie. All I can do now is I could take your word and say that they lie, but I still wouldn't know which bits were lies and which bits were the truth, and relying on your judgment wouldn't help me. So you say that somewhere within those four Testaments it tells me that Christ married Mary Magdalene.
Well, he married of Cana.
That wasn't the marriage of Christ and Mary Magdalene.
You say that.
Well, will you give it? Well, fine. Will you give me chapter and verse where it says so?
Well, it was a marriage
Will you give me chapter and verse where it says so? Your interpretation of it I'm not interested in. Will you tell me where it says it? First of all. Let's not mess about with pedantic issues. Let's go straight to the jugular. Does it say categorically in the Bible that Jesus Christ married Mary Magdalene?
No, it does not.
No, it doesn't. So we're relying on your organisation's, if you like, interpretation of it.
Well, I'm not an organisation. I'm just an ordinary man.
You're an ordinary man. We all are. So it's your interpretation of it.
Yes.
Would you give me the verses and the section so that I can go home and read it and see whether I can apply that interpretation to those words or not?
Well, first of all, it was a marriage, wedding of considerable importance. There were not just a few there. It was a big wedding.
Doesn't sound much like the kind of wedding a carpenter would throw.
Exactly, yes. And
well, Jesus' father was a carpenter.
Well,
Mary Magdalene's father. Mary Magdalene's father appears not to be referred to in the Bible.
No, he's not.
So who threw the wedding for this carpenter's son and this woman of anonymous parentage? Who threw the party? Who paid the bill? Because even in those days, they paid bills.
Yes.
Indeed, the person who was throwing the wedding, and I'm not very good on the Bible, but I seem to remember that the man who was throwing the wedding ran out of wine.
Yes.
And one of the guys there allegedly said, go and draw some water from the well.
The major domo, the butler. And he came to Jesus and said, Master.
Yes, I'm aware of it.